Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. I am up on the northern end of Vancouver Island and it's windy, it's blowing, but it's beautiful. Milo and I are up here in the van for approximately 5-6 days. Weather will determine how long we stay. We're doing an adventure camp out. I'm visiting a couple of places that I've been hungry to get back to see again. One being the island, Malcolm Island, with the village of Sontula and a beautiful campsite called Bear Point, where I am right now. It's about a 300-kilometer drive from where I live in the central island, and the environment up here is very different and it's very much less developed. So I'm up here to have a wonderful time with Milo. Really want to take you along with me on this adventure. Well, for a summer night, it is so cold out there. I have a down vest, a down jacket, and I've come in to eat my dinner. It is just too cold. The wind is so chilled. I have no idea what the temperature is. But it is not balmy warm. So anyway, I'm okay here. Get out of the wind. It's all right. So I'll be able to take my jacket off and enjoy this dinner before it gets too cold. Good morning, everybody. I've just moved the van to the campsite that I reserved for the next 2 nights, and it's an absolutely gorgeous spot. So I just want to show you where I backed the van into. And this is the beautiful beach that I'm looking out onto and looking across the Queen Charlotte Strait to the mainland of Canada. So stay with me and enjoy this next couple of days. Welcome. All right, we've all settled in nicely in our deluxe campsite, and I'm just out with Milo for a walk through this wonderful forest trail. Milo's going to lead the way. Oh, great. One of the reasons that people come up to the North Island is to do whale watching. And where we are here is a whale watching viewing area. It's, of course, we don't know that there's going to be any whales or when they're coming, but it's a beautiful area. And they have an education board, which is just behind me. The orcas that are predominant here are called the northern residents. And they come in and out of here, and they are primarily salmon eaters. There are also orcas called transients, which eat seals, and they come in through here as well. And this beach down here, which we're going to walk down to, is a beach where the orcas, they come in close to shore and can spend long periods of time rubbing themselves, their body, on the gravel. And it's not really terribly clear why they do that. It's been a great afternoon. Enjoyed it very much. Lovely walk through the forest. I think it's time to go back to the campsite now and think about what we're going to make for supper. So tonight I'm going to do something I did when I was up at Morton Lake. I used the Agawa cooking system, and I put some oil in the bottom of the wok, and then I did some deep fried chicken and some potatoes, and then I made some salad. So I'm going to repeat that meal because it was so good. So I'm just have lit some briquettes in the fire pit, and then I'm going to put the food on in a little while. It looks absolutely delicious. Okay. The chicken is really good. I'm just going to sit down and enjoy this. This is a good dinner. Good morning. This is day 3 or 4. I must be having a good time because I'm losing track. So I guess this is the 4th day and I've had 3 nights. So I'm having a great time. And the weather has been cooperative. Showers off and on. It rained quite a lot in the night last night. But now the sun's trying to come out and we're going to spend another day at this beautiful beach and in this area. So I hope that you'll stick around and join me. I've just made a very simple breakfast. I've got some French toast and I've got a giant orange. Get my vitamins in. And so I'm going to eat that up. I've got to do a walk with Milo. And he's outside on his rope. He's quite happy. There's small rodents around here and some crows. So he's very occupied guarding. Now, I thought maybe after I do the walk with Milo, we could come back. Some of you have asked to see a little bit around the van. It won't take long. It's not a very big space. But I'll give you a very quick tour of the inside of the Blue Lady. I'm going to dig into this, and I'll get back to you after a little bit. I'm back from walking the dog. So this is the Blue Lady on the inside. I'm standing just behind the front seats. And on this camera, it makes it look rather massive. But the total van length on the exterior is 21 feet, being a Sprinter. And you can stand up in it. And that just makes a huge difference. So this van is now 22 years old. And we've had it for almost 10 years. And we've tried to keep it up, and we've replaced a number of things because we really value having it. And so we have quite a decent counter with a sink, the 2-burner stove, which has been replaced, good backsplash, and a work area here, place for spices, and above there's cupboards for dishes and whatever it is you want to put in there. Down at the front, there's a lot of cupboards again for pots, pans, tins, garbage. Everything has a place, which is great. The thing is, though, that I don't pack more than what I'm actually going to be using. Then on this side, we have a closet. I've got a little cupboard down at the bottom here that we've turned into a shoe cupboard. And then we have a 3-way fridge and a microwave, which hardly ever gets used, and mostly I use it as a bread box. At the back, there are cupboards at both sides at the top, so there's a lot of storage in this van, which is awesome. We have the sofa in the down position. The motor that raises and lowers the sofa is unpredictable, and we are afraid often that it's going to get stuck partway up, partway down, and be unusable. So we leave it like this, and we find we can make two nice sitting areas with our feet up at the back. We can move this table all the way around. It's a lagoon table, and we can put it down the middle, sit there, and on either side, relaxing, use the table, or we can sit up here on either side of the table in the dinette area. When Bob and I are here together, we fill this area with the tabletop and put more cushion and put the cushions down on top of the table. It makes a very big bed. It's not king size length, but it's certainly more than queen size width. It's very when I'm by myself, I sleep across the back. Looking this way, you can see I put these baskets on the walls here for more storage, things like maps, where we put our keys, glasses, things that we're getting quickly, things that aren't too heavy. And that's really about it, except for the bathroom. We have a full but tiny bathroom with the toilet, a fold down sink, and we can use a handheld shower in here. Hair washing is often just done out of a bucket outside. Yeah, it's got everything in it and more than what we need. And it is an old van, but it's been very well built through Leisure Vans, I think in Saskatchewan or Manitoba, in Canada somewhere. And it's solid. So that's a brief tour of the Blue Lady. Today is a quiet day, and I was doing some reading and just relaxing, enjoying myself. Tonight, I thought for dinner I would cook some hamburger. To start off, I'm going to make some savory biscuits in the Agua cook set, and then I will cook the hamburger patties on the briquettes. I'm going to bring the chair over by the fire and get started. And these biscuits are just a baking powder biscuit recipe with some herbs and some grated cheese in. If you don't want to make them from scratch, buy a box of Bisquick. Works just as well. And all right, I think I will give these about 12 to 15 minutes. Well, I had a peek about 5 minutes ago and they weren't done. So let's go and have another look at them because they're fairly big. So they've taken a little bit longer, I think, but should be darn close. Okay, let's look. Whoa, that looks good. All right. Okay. Look at that. I would say those are done. All right, let's have a look. Oh, this one's looking really good. It's nice and flaky, and it's done through. So I'm just going to let these cool here. I've made some hamburger patties, which is far too much for me to eat. But I'm going to cook them probably one at a time on this little grill while I've still got some briquettes and call it dinner. That was a great dinner. It was simple, easy, and very tasty. So this has been a very quiet, restful day, and that's what a holiday should be about. I'm just pretty satisfied and pretty relaxed. So yeah, I'll take Milo for a walk in a little while, and it'll be time for bed. Good morning. This is our last morning here at Bear Point on Malcolm Island, and I'm just in the process of packing up the van. We've had a great time, Milo and I, and we've met some very nice people in the campsite. The weather forecast before I came was supposed to be really pretty dismal all this week, and it's turned out to be so much better than anticipated. So you just kind of got to go day by day and see what happens. I have no idea what the forecast is for the next few days, as I'm not plugged in. So it's just as well. It helps you live in the moment. So I'm just doing a few little housekeeping chores, and then I'll be putting Milo in, and we'll be heading towards the ferry. After we get off the ferry, there's some things like getting more water, sandy dumps, various van things, and a few groceries. And then we'll be heading to the opposite side of Vancouver Island to be near a small town called Port Alice. And some kilometers out of that, down another gravel logging road, of course, is another regional campsite on Alice Lake called Link River. I have been there once, but not to stay. And it appealed to me, and I thought I'd like to go back there sometime. So that sometime is going to be now. So please come along and join us. We got 2 nights there. It will be very different, as it's on a freshwater lake with a river running into it right beside the campsite, and a totally different experience. Well, this is a bit of all right, isn't it? And look at this beautiful little fire pit. Great little fire pit right here beside the lake shore. And this is my view. I think Milo and I are going to be absolutely fine here. He's on his long rope, so he's busy checking out the camp. It's such a good feeling to be all set up. And when there's a park person here, and they're going to bring me some wood in a little while, and he said it's dry wood, which in many parts of Vancouver Island is a super asset if you can actually get dry wood. And I just had a wonderful bucket bath. We have an outside hose shower head, and so I was able to get a bucket, quite literally, and give myself a good wash with the bucket in the van, and then come out here and wash my hair. I feel like a new woman. I feel so much better. It's amazing what a little bit of cleanliness. It was hardly what you would call a soaker. So, except for my shoes, they got a bit wet. So I've just given Milo his dinner, and he's happy, I'm happy. The world's good. Well, I've just been having a nice sit, and for dinner tonight, I'm just having super simple. I'm using up the salad ingredients that I've had in the fridge, and I have leftover hamburger from last night, and also one of those biscuits that I made. Well, I've just made my decaf latte, got the fire going, and I thought the wind would die down, but it's actually picked up. Anyway, whatever. I'm going to give it a little while, but yeah, it may be that I'm not going to sit out quite as long as I hope to tonight. I think it won't be too long before I take Milo out for his last walk. I'll get hopefully a good sleep tonight, and we'll have a full day here tomorrow. So I'll say good night for now, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the morning. Well, good morning, everybody. I've had a change of plans, but it's okay. I've been fighting off a bit of a virus for the last couple of days, and it's kind of getting the better of me. So I thought, well, should I just lie around in the van all day, or should I start heading home? Because I was going to be going home tomorrow anyway. My decision was, after a lot of humming and hawing, was to pack up and head back home. So I'm probably about a third of the way home. I stopped at a little rest area. Actually, this has got a little campsite in it, and letting Milo out. He's starting to get rather restless, and a bit of stretching of the legs, and won't do me any harm either. Now, I hope that you have had a little bit of a glimpse of the north part of Vancouver Island. I only showed you such a tiny little bit of it. There's so much more to see. If you're wanting to visit this area and you like to be a little off the beaten track, a little out of the high tourist areas, I really encourage a visit to the North Island. There's lots to do, there's a variety of accommodations, but it's not all laid out for you. You have to hunt for it a bit. But the scenery and the scenery is absolutely top drawer, but the towns are small, and you do have to be prepared for long distances of trees and rivers and mountains. And I'm enjoying this drive back home. It's a beautiful day. I kind of feel like I knew the weather was going to be good today, but I just didn't feel up for it. So I'm going to go home, get an extra day's rest, and I'll be back at it before you know. So thanks a lot for coming along with me. I very much enjoyed it, and I look forward to having you join me the next time I go somewhere. Who knows when that's going to be, but it won't be that long from now. I'll just get over this little bug, and I'll be looking for something else to do and somewhere else to go and have another adventure. So bye for now.